when I had finished my project with Paul Motion, and I knew that Paul Motion was looking for guitar players, and there was, a very distinct possibility of gaining a seat in the Paul Motion band. But again, these were highly coveted jobs, as already iterated, and toto modo, getting them by any means necessary, an arquebus to dispatch the flute fly, or, the Big Bertha Crimea cannon, whatever it took to get them. I've seen it. So other opportunities actually did manifest, and one of those was with one of the most influential drummers in Europe, Jon Christensen. So I had the opportunity to play with Jon Christensen, and it was quite an okay concert. Some people say that it was the best that they've seen of me, actually, but it was an okay gig, and we got on very well. Compatibility. We made great friends, and kind of, Jon kind of took me under his wing a little bit, and a bit of nurturing and a bit of, advice and stuff, which I kind of very appreciate. And then the opportunity came up to play again. I played with him several times, and this time we actually played a late night concert in Triskel Arts Centre. So I think the concert started at 11 o'clock, that kind of thing. And so literally they came in off the plane from Oslo. We just basically ran through the set and showtime. And so we kind of did, rubato stuff with kind of tinges of ambience. Delectable, actually, really nice. And, playing the Himalayas kind of stuff. And then kind of, kind of ornette type stuff with stop starts, and swing and all that kind of stuff. And so anyway, after the concert, one of my students, really, really good guy, great guy called Brian, Smurfit, business school graduate, great guy, great guitarist, brilliant, one of the best I've taught, and a great composer. And he came up to me after the gig, and I kind of really, it was late, it was past midnight, and kind of, if he didn't, no problem, And there was friends of my mum in the audience as well, which was quite amazing, who really enjoyed the concert. And Brian came up to me and said, Brian hadn't seen the Jack DeJohnette concert, and he hadn't seen the Bill Bruford one, but he came up to me and said, "Mark, this was the best I've seen, seriously." And I was like, "No, thank you very much." And he was, no, this was the best one I've seen of you. This is really, really good. And, shook my hand and all that kind of stuff, which was quite amazing. And then I kind of, not thinking anything, I kind of went to the foyer and kind of niceties to the crowd. And it wasn't a full house, but it was a crowd it was an appreciative audience who weren't kind of, somnambulistic or whatever, kind of going to sleep during the middle of it. Nothing like that. They were attentive. And I went out and kind of platitudes and all that kind of stuff. And then Jon Christensen came out, pretty much in front of everybody, and tapped me on the back and said, "Mark, the kind of music that we played in there, that's what I'm into." And this was in front of people with extensive ECM vinyls. And Jon Christensen was one of the most prolific and influential drummers on that label. It was incredible. And basically we kind of, we played several other gigs and got on incredibly well, and remained great friends, actually, all the way through. And, I kind of kept in touch with him, and every once in a while, he'd kind of make suggestions about guitars and everything. Like, he was real kind of bit of a genius guy, actually, Jon. Friendly with the King of Norway and everything. Like, amazing guy, amazing man, and played in some of the most, influential bands of our time. And slightly before my time, kind of thing, but really, really influential. And I kind of really appreciated and thought it was very, very important for me and not he's not with us anymore. So it kind of makes it kind of extra special kind of thing, and his legacy lives on, and yeah. But I'd kind of like to thank Jon, and but also I'd like to thank the Royal Norwegian Embassy for help, for great help to me, and faith in me, as well. Helping me put these concerts on because they paid for the flights and a lot of other stuff, and it's really appreciated. And thank you for listening.